When foreigners pass away, do they go to the underworld? First, we need to look at their religious beliefs. What are their religious beliefs? Beliefs guide spiritual leaders. Religions seek the same path, evolving differently. Leaders have unique thoughts. If identical, no separation. They'd enter the cosmic realm. They move to teach, causing distinctions. They have their own religious leaders who are transformed from Tao. However, each religious leader has his own ideas. If his ideas are not the same as Tao, then he will not be separated from Tao. He will go to the universe of Tao. He is not in our universe. Since he jumped from that universe to our universe, or we can call it universe, you can call it dimension too. The reason we jump from that dimension to ours is naturally because there is a difference. That's why we jump over here. It's also for the convenience of education. So the difference is created and feces is produced. Because of the differences and distinctions, they can be exchanged. A certain group of people in China became Buddhas when they went to India, that era. I said that it was when this leader first appeared, and it was the same as abroad at that time. It's not convenient to say so as not to be attacked. He came from that dimension and separated. We need to reduce distinctions to align with the path. Now, when we talk about whether there are foreigners or not, let's not get into that. The first thing is your religious beliefs. Whichever belief you have, you go to that spiritual leader. Secondly, if a person hasn't reached the Western teachings, then of course you would see them with their ancestors. Moving from 100% to 99.9999% shows a small change makes a difference. Consider your religious beliefs. Follow your spiritual leader. If someone hasn't embraced Western teachings, they connect with their ancestors. The imperial soul is inherited from ancestors, like how your body comes from your parents' DNA. Secondly, if a person hasn't reached the Western teachings, then of course you would see them with their ancestors. That's why we talk about the 3 souls and 7 spirits, specifically the 3 souls. One of the souls is the imperial soul. How does the imperial soul come about? It's inherited from the ancestors, just like your physical body comes from the DNA of your parents. The DNA from your parents is like your foundation, because your parents are your foundation. Your grandparents are also your ancestors, and your great-grandparents are your ancestors too. Do you understand what I mean? So it is passed down in the family. So after death, if there is no religious belief, it will return to the parents and be buried. The heavenly soul is here to fulfill the mission. If it is completed, I may not complete it, and you have to come again in the next life. Or sometimes, if you look at the heavenly river, you might see that a person is just not capable, which leads to them having no personal mission. If a person has no mission, they can't find meaning in their life, and that can be very painful. Some people really don't have much of a destiny in this life, or they might lack a heavenly soul. You might notice that this person seems a bit off, not quite normal, showing signs of mental instability. They don't really pay attention to how they interact with others or handle situations, and their speech might be jumbled or confused, lacking one of the 3 souls. It's not always clear which soul is missing. The souls of different beings are not the same, and that leads to different characteristics in people. This topic deserves its own discussion, but for now, let's leave it at that. So, when foreigners die, there are 2 paths. The first is based on their religious beliefs, where they go to that spiritual leader. The second is if they have no religious beliefs, they return to their ancestors.